Hi everybody on YouTube. The subject of this latest video is regarding MAV, or Migraine Associated Vertigo, is going to the emergency room after collapsing and while feeling violently ill with a MAV attack, being sent to the ER only for them to call you mental, only for them to possibly try to lock you up in a psych ward, and only for them to call you, tell you that you have panic disorder and send you home. Unfortunately, this is often what happens with MAV, and I had to learn the hard way before I was properly diagnosed and all that my going to the ER with a MAV attack, attack of this when I wasn't really sure what it was, wouldn't do any good, because what would happen, I'd end up in the ER emergency room and sit there a while and wait in triage, and if I had fallen, I'd have x-rays done, and yeah, they'd show I had sprains but no broken bones, and they'd run tests that come out normal and tell me that I have panic disorder, or ask me if I've had any psychiatric illnesses in the past and whatnot. And one time they even tried to lock me up in the psych ward, because I ended up in there screaming bloody murder because my head was literally feeling like it was going to explode, and I was really sick with MAV, really violently ill with MAV. And instead of finding out the cause of this, which was MAV all along, they tried to lock me up in the psych ward, and I had to fight them off to get them to not lock me up. Unfortunately, even by the emergency room doctors and nurses and whatnot, MAV is often misdiagnosed as being psychiatric. The emergency room doctors out there, emergency room nurses and whatnot, paramedics and whatnot, take note. A lot of times MAV sufferers end up eventually declining medical care at the time of their collapse and whatever, because of how emergency room doctors and nurses and paramedics and whatnot don't know about MAV, and how it's often misdiagnosed as being mental or psychiatric or whatever. And having MAV and having not properly diagnosed and whatnot is a huge strain on the emergency room departments, and because we end up going to emergency room a lot for basically nothing, because you guys don't diagnose it correctly, and it's a major strain on the hospitals and whatnot, having MAV and having the emergency room doctors and emergency room nurses and ambulance crew and whatnot not diagnose it correctly. Getting a proper diagnosis is a two-way street. Sure, the MAV sufferers go to you guys, but you guys have to learn about MAV, what it is and what it isn't, to make a proper diagnosis. It's not just a matter of us going to you. Really, guys, you guys need to learn about Migraine Associated Vertigo, because we collapse, we get violently ill, we end up on the floor of Walmart or Target or Kmart or whatever store or whatever and can't get up. We end up in the ambulance. We end up going to you guys. And then you guys let us down because you guys don't know about MAV. And you guys send us home telling us we have panic disorder and whatnot. Send us home only for us to collapse again in the shower or something. And end up back over there. You guys wonder why we eventually get to a point where we turn you guys down and we end up declining medical care, and we end up having to argue with the paramedics and everybody else on the scene about why we don't want an ambulance. I've actually had to do that before. Really, guys, you guys need to learn about MAV. I highly recommend you guys go to my channel page and look at the links on there regarding MAV, and I'll add more links as I get more links that discuss this disorder and that explain it and get educated on this disorder. Thank you very much and have a great day, and God bless.